Feeling is healing, they say. You have to feel your pain to heal your pain. And this meditation helps us see the story behind our pain, and also helps us bring more life, more light, more nourishment to anywhere that's hurting, so that we can restore it as fast as possible. Call this the heart breath meditation. This is also just a great technique to do just for meditation, to harmonize your different bodies, right? We have an emotional body, a physical body, a mental body. If we can get these all three to be coherent and overlapping, harmonious, we can see clearly. It's as if we're perceiving three different worlds and they're not quite lining up. When we finally get them all overlapping, we can see ourselves clearly and we find resolution. One of the most fascinating resolutions I find from this exercise is if I use it where I have an injury, I find I'll actually see the subconscious story that's behind the injury. This is particularly applicable to chronic injuries. I don't know if you've had the experience yet, but psychedelics does a wonderful job of showing you how trauma, fear, negative stories that we have in our life that we've experienced can actually manifest as pain, disorder, postural kinks, because of how they affect our psyche. And over time that affects our blood flow, our chemistry, our postural alignment, and can lead to some serious problems. So let's make this simple. We'll get straight to it. My example, I had an injury on my neck that I kept having come back over and over again. And so one evening I was laying there, and I found that when I breathe and I meditate, I really like to bring my attention to my heartbeat. See if you can feel your heartbeat in your body with your eyes closed. See where you can feel it. It's a lot easier to feel it, say, up in the head, behind the eyes, maybe in the chest is the second easiest. The more you practice, you can start to feel it in your hands, and I find the most difficult all the way down into your feet. And it requires that you are relaxed in order for the blood flow to open up and for you to be able to feel the blood flow through your body. So in this particular instance, chronic neck pain, I bring my pulse straight to the pain that I'm feeling. I bring my attention straight to the pain that I'm feeling. And I bring my breath to that point where the pain originates. So I feel my pulse there. I feel my breath there, expanding it, relaxing it, expanding it, relaxing it. And I just hold this point of attention with my breath and my heart beating. Now, I try to release all thought, all intention. I'm not trying to do anything or perceive anything. I want to try to just empty my mind and have nothing but this pulse and this breath. And in this instance, I had an experience where I started to drift off into a dream. And I found that that dream highly correlated with the pain in my neck. Ultimately, it was a relationship I had just gotten out of, and I was having a dream where I was trying to say something to my partner, and I couldn't get it out of my mouth. I wasn't able to express myself the way that I wanted to. And so I found that by bringing my attention to this pain, emptying my mind, and just sitting there and relaxing, the story behind it revealed itself to me. And through that, I perceive it ultimately went away, and something that was a chronic pain got relieved. And I actually called that person and said the things I needed to say. Even if the injury is more of an acute injury that may not seem correlated to the mind or to your life, this attention will bring more energy, more nutrients, more blood flow to help accelerate healing. Using the heartbeat and the breath in the body helps us expand our awareness and free ourselves from tension. Tension is the enemy. Relaxation, expansion, surrender allows us to open up and receive. And the truth is, we can live the most enjoyable life when we are relaxed and allowing and trusting, because the nature of life is in itself benevolent. The spirit that animates all of this is benevolent, and is only the tension and the fear that we hold from our past experiences, from our ignorance, that cause us to create suffering, that cause us to create injuries within ourselves, chronic holding patterns. Once again, something psychedelics has shown me: if my mind goes into negative thinking, I'll find myself in these negative postures. I recognize how fear causes me to shape myself. You start curling your shoulders forward, hunching, you're hiding, you're protecting your heart. And whenever you're feeling great, you're expansive, you're open in your heart. So we work to relieve the tension in our body, to find the right posture so that we can have energy flow through our bodies. And in the beginning, the more energy flow you get, you're going to start to feel all these stones in the river, so to speak, all these hard spots that you have, these negative ideas that you've been holding and contemplating for a long time. So there is an element of discomfort. And when we sit in proper posture, keep ourselves there, keep our breath and our heartbeat flowing, and bring our attention to these stones, we breathe into them, we love them, we relax them, and we open up our field. We free up that energy. The flow becomes less restricted, we're less inhibited, and our expression in life is more true to ourselves. Awesome. That's the main idea. See if you can feel your heartbeat in your body. Where can you feel it? Now bring your breath there and breathe in rhythm with the rhythm of the heart. The Heartmath recipe is 5.5 seconds in, 5.5 seconds out. I find if I do 5 seconds in, 5 heartbeats in and 5 heartbeats out, that I can really drop into a deep state of coherence. And I was able to measure this with the Heartmath device, which I highly recommend if you can get your hands on one of those. Measures your heart rate variability, and they recommend that breath. And I tried many different breaths while using the Heartmath technology, and they were right on. When you stick to a 5-second breath, roughly around there, which I would do by heartbeat, it raises your coherence as is measured on the device. So that's pretty profound. So see the feeling of linking your heartbeat and your breath together and bringing yourself into a relaxed state while holding good posture. Stay open, stay empty. This is how we get receptive and have new ideas come in. Get that insight that we were looking for. Awesome, guys. Hope this finds you well. See you in the next one. Aloha.